with Earthwalker. I make my own survival kits. I make various sizes. I'm going to show you one that I've made for a pilot friend of mine. This is an optimal size for a vehicle. Not backpacking, it's a little on the heavy side for backpacking. ATVs, snowmobiles, airplanes, boats, this is the ideal size. So I'm going to open this up and show you the contents in no particular order. I like to instruct my courses following a structure around shelter, water, fire, food. That's a priority order that's easy to recall, and there's a whole skill set around each one of those. And I design my kits and instruct my courses around that structure. So everything in this is shelter, water, fire, food, and the ability to signal to search and rescue. So start out with this waterproof container. This can double as a flag easily for visual contact. Blaze orange, one of the most unnatural colors out there, so catches the eye. It could also be a water bag. This holds up to 2 liters. This metal container is excellent because it can be a source to cook out of and to also purify water. You can boil water out of this tin. So inside here, shelter. This is a bivy sack made out of mylar, and it's the same kind of material they use in the spacesuits. Its thermoregulation value is excellent, and this checks the box in a very fundamental way for shelter and thermoregulation. I have a decent knife here for the size of container. This Mora, made in Sweden, stainless steel, has an excellent handle. So you can actually do a lot of work with this regardless of the smaller size blade. Excellent cutting edge. You need to cut, to help you make shelter, to reduce firewood. This is optimal for fine cutting. To reduce larger pieces of wood, this is an excellent chainsaw. Open this up. I'm not going to take it out of the packaging. I'll take this one out because it's already used and demonstrate the effectiveness. These things are awesome. So one little fine detail I like to do with these is I like to take a couple sticks and modify the handles with these sticks, and you can reduce fairly large pieces of wood for shelter building and for reducing wood for firewood as well. Pretty easy. These things are awesome. I love these. And for the size, the cutting value is excellent. One liter water container. This unfolds, and the nice thing about this is that it can stand on its own. These things open up. This is actually 1.5 liters. About 25 feet of paracord, 500-pound test. It's real true paracord. If you cut it open, it has 7 inner strands in there. 7. Fire ignition. This is the Blastmaster. I love this thing because in worst case scenario, you could operate it with one hand. If you were injured, I'm going to leave that and demonstrate with this one that's already been used. So you open it up. This is on a spring like such, and this thumb presses down and makes friction contact, metal on the fresium rod, and a little bit of correct tinder, get fire ignition. Got some good wind here. Let's see what I can do. Got the wind against me. Puts out some really nice sparks though. You get the idea. There we go. So excellent fire ignition source. when I build these kits, I think about redundancy. So the concept 1 is none and 2 is 1. That's a military saying. It just basically means redundancy of the most important items. So cutting edge redundancy, fire ignition redundancy. These are magnesium matches. They do require a striking edge. These burn at thousands of degrees and they're tough to put out. They burn fast and you can spit on them and they'll still burn. So they're like a road flare. Excellent fire ignition. I've got water purification tablets, iodine, enough for gallons and gallons. Wet fire, it's a tinder, it's a chemical tinder. So if it's really intense weather, really wet, you'd want to use this. I've got a nano light. These things for their size put out tons of light and the batteries last a long time. They're like a watch battery. And awesome product. Redundancy. So this is actually a credit card knife, and it opens up, turn the lock, and it opens up and folds to a very decent cutting edge. I like these things. Also another multi-tool in here for mechanics, some fine options for screwdrivers and flatheads and little nail pullers, that kind of thing. You never know if you'll need that. Figure I might as well throw it in because it's so lightweight. Some more cordage. There's some wire in here, beading wire for snares. If you know how to make snares, you can make some sling snares. Also some fine cordage, really strong test, like a 150-pound test. I've got a gallon Ziploc bag and some coffee filters. This is all in the realm of water. If you need to filter out the turbidity and soil out of your water source, this is also another water container, this gallon bag. Some duct tape, some orange flagging for signaling. A fishing kit, all essentials, hooks, weights, line, survival fishing kit. And now we're talking about signaling. Okay, so we've got auditory signaling and visual signaling. This is just a basic whistle with a little thermometer on there, a little basic compass on there. Remember, blasts of 3 SOS, that's a very distinguishable sign for help. A pocket glass signal mirror. This is a higher quality glass. It's going to be seen from miles away. So read the instructions. So that's the kit in a heartbeat. Everything you need: shelter, water, fire, food, and the ability to signal to search and rescue. Hope you don't need to use it, but it's in the bank as an emergency fund just in case. I also make them smaller, backpacking size, much lighter. Basic principles applied to this. If you have any questions, reach out. Talk to you later.